Coming up here, Circle Debate Podcast, 1 year anniversary, ladies and gentlemen. 1 year. See, 1 year anniversary right there. 1 year of Circle Debate Podcast content. As of course, there's a two-part 1 year anniversary episode. First part, as we're going to go ahead and discuss what happened, recap this past week, AEW Blood and Guts, also New Japan news and pro wrestling news. Part two, we'll go ahead and be discussing, obviously, this past week's NXT and much more. So don't go anywhere. As part one and part two will start right after this. Welcome, everyone, to the Circle of Debate Podcast. 1 year anniversary here, ladies and gentlemen. 1 year, un año, a year anniversary. And we're here to celebrate our anniversary as we're all suited and booted up, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. We're looking like the four horsemen. Woo! Looking like the four horsemen. Or no, evolution style right here. Evolution, baby. That's what we're looking at. The evolution right here. That's right. This is the host of Devious One IBC, and I'm here with my family, the D-Generation West, courtesy of the Dirty Hills Podcast.
I still got to figure out how to do that. It's West Side and the next stop. Yeah. I hope Kofi, brother, I love you for that name. I hope you appreciate the little chops that we came up with.
That's been a neat. And of course, he is a director, ladies and gentlemen, the director that wants to keep it rolling, make sure you look right and tight, you know. A CK1, the one and only.
What's up, man?
Chris Kennedy.
Hey, so I'm glad to see that my jacket transcended the forbidden door. Dude, Seth Rollins, man, that was a fire tweet, bro. I love that. That's
dude.
That's one of the best he's ever tweeted, considering the rest of them were like leaked nudes and stuff about his ex-wives.
I love it. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, he is the transitioning. He's no longer Steamboat. He is now.
Do you have an announcement to make?
Wait a minute.
Wait, what?
No, Chris missed out on it. Look at my glasses.
Oh, he is right.
Are you going full Hunter S. Thompson?
He went full Callus because he has the glasses now.
As you can see, I'm no longer just Matthew C. I'm Matt
You
Callus.
can't throw that word transitioning around in today's climate.
He transitioned to Matt Callus now.
Metamorphosis.
There we go. I thought you've evolved.
There you go. Evolve.
Slowly changing from one to the other. You know, smoking a dart out back, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. We represent for here, and I'll say 100% for sure that this shows plenty of next level consciousness.
Oh yeah.
We've reached 1 year, and I'll say that all others are insects in the shadow of the god of podcasting. Circle of Debate.
Oh, wow.
We are one. We are the God. It's not gods. It's one hive mind.
Well,
The hive mind. It's a next level consciousness.
Well, speaking of God, I have to go ahead and introduce this God, my God, God of podcasting, ladies and gentlemen. And that is right. Because you know why? Because he is a multi-time recording artist, a graduate from Cal State Dominguez Hills. He's also a 2018 World Karaoke Champion, ladies and gentlemen. He also lives 1,977,000 miles from Winnipeg, Minnesota, Canada.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. He is the master disaster, the king of sting, the man with the plan. Money, Mike Lopez.
Speaking of next level consciousness, I'm building some next level consciousness right here, right now.
Yeah. Cream soda for me.
1 year. My goodness. It just feels like last week that we started this thing. I just want to say thank you to anybody out there who has tuned in, subscribed, followed along with us here in this journey. And, here's to 10 more, right? So here we go.
Salud.
10 more episodes?
10 more years. Maybe.
Oh.
No,
Shit,
10 more decades.
10 more episodes.
A decade of next level.
10 more centuries, I'll say. You know, I'll be doing this as a part cyborg, part android.
I'm thinking about getting metal legs. It's a risky operation.
You'll be faster. Yes.
Yeah. I'll be the other Steve Austin.
$6 million man.
Well, before we start anything, yes, I want to go ahead and actually add what Mike said exactly. We thank you, all of you guys, for our viewers and subscribers, for watching our weekly episodes, watching our top 5, watching our exclusive interviews, and also watching the events that we've done. And I hope you guys enjoyed the recent one with Andrade. You'll be seeing more coming now that those forbidden doors are opening from the global, bastard pandemic. But we're still, but it's remind you still got to follow your protocol. Still have the mask on, 6 feet apart, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys follow that CDC guideline rules. And I got to make sure
it's working. It's working. I mean, these things are happening because of respect for. I mean, they're not rules. I mean, they're guidelines. We don't know the exact science of anything, but everything helps.
Yeah. And also wanted to go ahead and add as well. It's been a year of a blessing. How it all started with ideas, creativity, and it became in fruition because of you guys, especially all 3 of you. All 3 of you, I salute you. I salute you for being my family, my brothers, my arms and hands. And I would thank you. If it wasn't for none of you guys and for our viewers, subscribers, none of this would have been happening. A year in doing this. I love you, all 3 of you guys, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm trying not to cry because I'm trying not to cry. I'm serious. I'm not gonna cry. One of my tears. But thank you for being my family.
For sure,
Chris. You being a phenomenal addition.
I around episode 50, so I've only been here half the time you guys have been.
But
which is still crazy.
You've been with us for a year, even though it's been like you said 50, but for us it felt forever. So you were here when we started. That's how I see it. And I love you for coming in as well. And just know that I appreciate you, everything that you've done. Matt, the same. I appreciate you a lot. You mean a lot to me. Thank you.
I bring the peoples in.
Yes. And
of course, me. That's the thing. Is the story is Matt and I go back 10 years, and it was only up until last year that he even knew I was a fan of pro wrestling, I guess. And it was like, hey, let's have him on.
Yeah.
So Matt hooks it up, dude. He's like my agent.
I am an agent, of course. I'm a manager.
He's the invisible hand.
I'm the invisible hand of Circle of Debate, I'll say. And shout out to many of our past guests, people like Jeff, people like of course Mr. Gentleman with the boxing movie. You were pretty awesome. Your name escapes me right now, but I'll remember.
You talking about 365?
Lloyd Grant?
No, the guy we interviewed.
The boxer you guys interviewed.
I think his name was Lloyd Grant, wasn't it?
No, I don't think so. It was
You're not talking about the guy from the wrestler.
No. He interviewed a boxer.
Shout out to Evan Ginsberg too, though.
Yeah,
Evan Ginsberg as well. But also gotta say my other brother right here that I know him for 20 years. Man. 20 years that we've known each other. 20 years what we've done together, knowing each other, going to, hanging out, watching, pay-per-views, and we both were in a band. Man, you don't know how much you mean to me as well, brother. I love the holy hell out of you, man.
Hold on a second here. Do not fool the people. We've had our rivalry, our back and forth on the drums, and we're one piece. We're one apiece. So yes. We got to give the people what they want and give them part 3.
The trilogy, yes, we will have a drum off. Hopefully by the 100 episode, maybe.
Hopefully,
You
hopefully.
never know.
Y'all look good.
Never know. Like the 100 episode, where we'll have our trilogy and we'll end it.
And we'll try champagne today. A little bit of the bubbly.
I actually thought we were gonna say all this kind of at the end, but since Ivan kind of went ahead, and I'll just follow suit in this thing. Honestly, I feel that Chris, he fit in like Cinderella's slipper. He was just a great fit, or is a great fit.
Pinky foot on a hot blonde.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. Awesome. It's awesome to have you. I think that you bring a lot to the table when it comes to Circle of Debate. And I've told Ivan numerous times that, Chris has it as an interviewer. It's like it's natural to you. So, massive props on that. And awesome guitar player to boot.
Wow. That's great. Thank you.
Yes, you're very phenomenal
very,
guitar player, man.
Very talented, absolutely.
Yes.
And I've known a lot of guitar players in my day.
Same here.
Definitely.
Same here.
Matt, my goodness, I invited Matt to be on Circle of Debate, because I've known Matt for a few years now, and I know how awesome of a networker he is, and how he is able to just network with anybody at any point. And so definitely I had to have him on, and knowing he is a pro wrestling fan, of course. Maybe someday we'll work on a musical way, right? Hopefully, in now that things are opening up
sooner than you think.
Right? Hey, who knows? Spoilers, right? Thank you for being a part of Circle of Debate. You're also the other foot in Cinderella's slipper, absolutely. And yes, and I mean, come on, Ivan, bro.
RK bro.
No, it's like, back in 9th grade, we were watching Royal Rumble 2000. Mae Young's boobs popped out. The
puppies.
The puppies.
Put them away. Put them away.
And I remember thinking, like, who brought this to watch? And it turns out it was Ivan. Ivan handed the cassette, the video, the VHS of Royal Rumble 2000, handed it to the homeroom teacher, and he was like, yeah, we should watch it, this and that, and the homeroom teacher was just about to fall asleep when everybody was like, ew, and then, all that good
Google
stuff.
images, you guys.
For bringing like nudity.
I mean, it was a different time. It was during the Attitude Era, so
right.
The Attitude Era of high school.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I went through. We're all about the same age. My high school, about the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, early 2000s and stuff like that. So,
God, so it's so detailed for television. Like, I mean, at least they did censor it, but geez.
But yeah, so much love, my brother. Thank you for thinking of me in this project. I definitely feel that we got the right amount of people that is going to take this to the next level consciousness.
Absolutely.
Right? For lack of a better term. And you know what? I'm gonna shout out our good friend Josh.
Yes.
He started this out with us, and you'll never know when he'll be back, right?
Yeah.
So Josh, I know you're out there. I know you're watching. Thank you for starting this out with us. You were an awesome addition to what to what is Circle of Debate today, and I hope to see you soon. And I hope you're doing all right. And yeah, and that's all. That's all I got to say about that.
Definitely, yes. Josh is another one. Yeah, was originated of started this. Twitter. Him and I just talked on Twitter, and then next thing it became in fruition. So yeah, much love you too, Josh, and we'll see you soon, and hope we'll see you. I know you're watching this, so we'll see you soon.
If I'm up to bat, I haven't said this many times. This isn't really any secret. Our goal, and I already know. I'll speak in terms of the inevitability and the eventuality that this is way more sooner than it is. It will happen, not like maybe someday or who knows. I'll say it will happen. We will become the ESPN of professional wrestling in the United States.
That is right.
These Blazers are a show of professionalism, show our stake and claim on this. D-Generation West, Southern California is coming to claim this throne, and we will be the ESPN of professional wrestling for Southern California, covering all of your favorite acts. And, you know, we show our level of professionalism. We give you quality content. And I know you're all listening to us on the audio platforms, video platforms, wearing your platform shoes, when you're dancing on the platforms with your wireless earphones, listening to this, you know. And we'll even cover some more. You know, I haven't talked about like my speciality, what I specialize in. Keep your eyes peeled. We'll be covering a lot more other promotions than you think. I got some stuff on Dragon Gate coming up. I got some stuff on DDT. I got stuff on Pro Wrestling Noah, and of course CMLL and AAA. You know, we got Pro Wrestling as a worldwide organization, and we are global thinkers. Even though we're from SoCal, the whole world is, you know, we got love for the whole planet, especially those you listening in Europe and India. You know?
Shout out to India for our audio platforms.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
This country, that country. We got someone from this country coming up soon, right there.
Yeah.
Hill's putting that little surprise together. If you don't know, I'm playing in India.
Yes, that's right.
Little hint.
That is right. That is right.
See the shining sheet.
All right. Yeah. And also wanted to thank the captain as well for, you know, doing a little small, you know, little commercial, which you'll be seeing, guys. You'll be seeing little clips of it. You know, in either part 1 or part 2, you'll be seeing that. And also, of course, want to thank Leo as well. Leo Decoy. Oh, you haven't seen the beginning one, so you got to see you'll see.
Who's the captain?
You'll see.
Also,
AMPM. Captain AMPM.
I got to know this person. That's something I'd be into. I love it.
He like distance-wise, Chris, he's actually the closest person physically to Ivan at this current moment in time.
Yes.
You would have to be in the same neighborhood because I'm like 8 miles.
No, in the same household.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And also wanted to give a shout out to Leo as well, Leo Decoy, for the intro for Circle Debate and, you know, the rest of the music that he provides for us as well. Thank you for also as well. And I love you very much, brother, for being a supporting cast and helping us out with, and also putting out your music as well. But you'll be seeing music from Matt and from Chris as well here in this channel. So besides their own channel, but you'll be seeing them here inputting their music channel as well. So stay tuned. Yeah. There's a lot of content.
I think it's my turn to speak. Okay?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Now, know your role, because Ivan, your role, people don't know this, but Ivan puts everything together. He is the glue. Every guest we have, besides the few that I've had and a couple others, Ivan is grinding his ass off to call these people. He's hit up everybody from Dustin to Brandon to Gio, from other states, other time zones. He makes sure that we all show up on time and when we need to, according to the guest's schedule. He is the logistics genius, putting this all together. He tells us where to be and who's going to be there. 6 to 7 months ago, I was sitting on my ass watching podcasts, watching wrestling. I had no idea that during quarantine I was going to have anything to keep me entertained. I didn't even think about doing my own podcast on my own. I don't know why. That would have been the right time to do it. I just wasn't. And lo and behold, I make something. I do like a flashback Friday of like, oh, remember that time I used to wrestle? And then Matt's like, oh, you used to wrestle? I do a wrestling podcast. And I'm like, oh shit. He's like, hey, do you want to come on? I'm like, I'm not really important, bro. No one's heard of me.
Chris, I didn't notice you wearing that Bullet Club shirt.
Yeah, well, I wore that in the band that you got me. Matt also got me into a band that I'm in, Black Crystal, who was recruiting about 10 years ago. I was like, hey, we need a guitar player. And Matt's like, hey, I know a guy. And he put me in that band that I'm still in, who's releasing a single very soon.
Well,
Actually, we just put one out.
Aki, wojidao, like,
Yeah. Dude, Aki's the man.
wojidao, doi, you know, like saying
That all comes back to Matt, who is like an angel. He's like a seraph God who just is in the right place at the right time and just puts me in these great positions to keep myself entertained.
Wait till you see what I got in store, Chris.
I have no idea what's next, bro, because you have literally put me on these crazy life paths. Like, seriously, like, people don't understand. I'm still in Black Crystal. It's been 10 years. It's insane. We're still doing music. And Mike, man, you are the man with the plan. I've very rarely met so many people with such common interests at all. We don't disagree on anything wrestling at all, which is pretty crazy considering how many different personalities and angles there are in wrestling, to where you could conflict with somebody even on the littlest things. But I don't think even it's a circle of debate. I think we've agreed on everything. I think this is more of like the square of friendship or some shit, man, because I have not made a best friend faster than you within 6 months, man. And it's just wild to just have these people out there that are just in my neighborhood I didn't know about. So for all of you to keep me entertained, I really appreciate you extending the friendship hand, the Dark Order hand out to me and letting me part of this family, man. Like, it's just, and then allowing me to infuse my personality and my style, and then expanding it to, you guys are letting me cover music. I don't think you guys ever considered doing MMA, and then lifestyle, not just music or sports, but whatever weird shit we can think of for the channel. Like, having that open-minded for my weirdness is really appreciated, because I've never fit in anywhere. I've always had to just accept that I'm this weird person who wants to do whatever he wants to do. And to find 3 other people that let me do that, that's insane. So I really, really appreciate that. That is my thank you to you guys. Really, truly.
Man, thank you, brother. Thank you for being a part of this. And believe me, even though you say 6 months, for us, it's like a year with you. I feel like we've known you for this whole year.
I mean, like, you guys did a top 5 WrestleManias, and you guys met and we're like, oh, remember when we watched WrestleMania 20 together? I'm like, that was 20 years ago. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I feel like I've been with you guys just as long, because like I said, it's a debate, but we almost agree on almost everything.
Absolutely.
I should start being the heel of the faction and start just like,
that's more Matt's job.
Daniel Bryan sucks. I love Vince. I should probably go that route.
Matt's supposed to be the heel one.
Roman Reigns is the best wrestler ever. His mic skills are unprecedented.
I'll give it a swing sometime.
Cheers, I'll drink to that.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That we just wanted to let out and start off with that, because also to all of you guys as well, viewers and subscribers and our audio platform listeners, thank you for making this happen as well. For making us
fireworks, and
for us to keep on coming back every week with a high positive that we're ready to go ahead and do this, and we're gonna keep on doing it. You keep it going. Keep commenting below. Keep go ahead and give us that passion, give us that enthusiasm, and then we'll believe me, we're here every week because of you guys. So we thank you for watching. All right, so let's start it off now. Now let's get into it.
Let's get to the content, brother. Holy shit. Enough kissing each other's asses. Let's do this.
Well, I already wiped my tear off. Tear my eye is already gone. And so, men do cry, all right? So shit. No shame. But let's go ahead and start it off, ladies and gentlemen, with AEW's Blood and Guts. Start off now with the opening match, which was kind of ridiculous because it was just like, it was supposed to happen, and it didn't, and it did. Then it did happen when it was supposed to be in the beginning. Moxley, Kingston versus Omega, and Nakazawa. Nakazawa came by himself. He was like, well, I'm pressing by myself. Kenny ain't here. Kenny out of nowhere from behind, attacking Kingston and Moxley. And obviously the match did occur, but then Omega walked out on Nakazawa, losing the match. Then the aftermath, of course, you have your Beach Boys dressed up all in Beach Boys and horny guys as well. Brothers, Jesus Christ.
Right.
You got to watch a BTE. That's how you can know.
Run DMC.
Right. There you go. And, of course, Havoc. Same old school Ring of Honor, New Japan. type of style lead, a beat down on both Kingston and Moxley.
Full Bullet Club, full heel Bullet Club.
Yeah, full heel Bullet Club. Yeah. So I'll go with you, director. Give us your thoughts about that opening.
Yeah. Fashion statement is something AEW is trying to do right now, and I think that they're failing on purpose because Nakazawa was dressed like J.J. Dillon, and I think it was. Oops, I don't know what that is. Hold on.
I thought that was me. I was like,
let me close my program. That was random as fuck. I didn't press any buttons. Sorry about that.
hey, that's another 1 year anniversary surprise.
That was random. I'm sorry. And I think it was Matt Jackson. It looked like somebody shot and skinned a couch. Holy shit, that outfit was bad, but I think that's the joke. Besides that, they've been using Nakazawa as their scapegoaty young boy. I don't want to say they're kind of making him their bitch without him knowing it. He's kind of that glad to be here. I don't see that I'm being used as a tool gimmick just yet. I don't see him ever coming out of that shadow. You know, that whole you guys remember the Virgil angle with Mr. or $1 Million Man, early 90s? Virgil came in as the butler / slave character.
Yeah.
And would do whatever DiBiase said.
Yeah. I do remember that.
And then eventually he kind of was like, I'm sick of your shit, and became the good guy. I've got those vibes with Nakazawa, but I don't think he's ever going to come around. I think he's just always going to be in that role. I don't know what the direction they would ever take with him is. I think he's just going to always be, that character for Kenny, and it's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It was an all right angle. It's just trying to paint Kenny as the coward heel champion, which is, we've seen it before. The Miz has done it.
Yeah.
The Miz to me is my favorite coward heel champion of all time. So they're just kind of doing that right now. I'm not excited about it, but it is what it is for the storyline.
Yeah, definitely. Money Mike, talk to me.
Well, first of all, I could just use a refill with this. Please, your finest Italian wine, please. Yes. Anything for the first anniversary of Circle of Debate. Oh, there you go.
I gotta play violin while this.
More. All the way. Top it off. Okay. Oh, yeah, too much. All right. I said Italian, not German. Okay. Now, what was the question? I forgot to throw all this.
Yeah, the Kenny Omega opening match with Nakazawa.
Oh, yes.
Is yeah.
Yeah, I think that role for Nakazawa is set in stone at this point. Until a Kenny Omega face turn, and then he doesn't need him anymore or something like that. So until then, Nakazawa is the guy to handle this sort of thing. And honestly, I think it's pretty cool that he walked out of there with the AAA Impact TNA titles, posing with them and whatnot. Some people considered it disrespectful, but it's part of being a heel champion. You have your guy carry your stuff around. So there's that. Let's see. Yeah, I wouldn't say the match was known for its technicality per se, but it was mostly to get the story going, However, to my surprise, and I'm sure we'll talk about this later on, the story itself for Double or Nothing is not going to be Moxley or Kingston. So it's going to be two other gentlemen potentially.
I know. I'm looking forward.
Let's see how that goes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that. I got some thoughts about that when that angle comes up.
Let me go ahead and let me talk to you, the Invincible Hand. It's all yours. This is your idea anyways. Go ahead.
It was all my idea. That's why I said, oh, Kenny's not here tonight, and bam, here comes Kenny. Here comes Kenny. I'll say at the very end of the match, it's very reminiscent of DX and NWO. Especially the fashion wise. Where everybody had special outfits just for this run in.
Oh, yeah. Bullet Club really is just DX dressed like NWO.
I gotta
with twice the amount of members.
I gotta say, in K-pop, the place to wear outfits, there's this talk about airport fashion. In wrestling, this is like run in, jump somebody's fashion.
I want to
So-
find out what airport fashion is because that sounds amazing.
So this is gonna be what you wear when you jump somebody in a wrestling match. There should be like a new trend now. Like next week they'll be wearing even more ridiculous outfits. It's like the entrance ramps is a Vogue runway, and they'll be wearing because it was the Forbidden Dior. I think next week it's gonna be like.
Did you make that up? Tell me you heard that somewhere.
No, this
They
was
said it.
that was on that was the title of Being the Elite, the Forbidden Dior.
Yeah.
That's I missed that somewhere. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like they'll have like Chanel and Estee Lauder and Victoria's Secret, Armani. It'll be a catway runway walk. It's like, what are you gonna do? I'm jumping Eddie Kingston. Check how fabulous I am. I'm jumping Eddie Kingston. It's like, what are you doing this week? I'm jumping Jake Hager. Check it out. Check out the latest in fashion. My handbag full of golf club balls, And I like also the earring, it's like Matt or Nick Jackson. They're rocking like the one earring. It's like 1980s all over again. They got
I was gonna say that.
My God.
The whole AEW thing right now, which I do love, is retro aesthetic. It's all synth wavy, which I obviously.
And not only that, we digressed about it previously in the archives. We said like they're throwing storylines like shit. We don't know what direction it's going with. So it's like
all right.
It got us everywhere.
I'll give away one of the plans for you guys.
Oh, here we go.
Something for next. Carmen Miranda fruit hats. Every member of the Bullet Club. Carmen Miranda fruit hats. Chiquita banana.
Let's hope.
I hope for it. It will be nice and fruity, fresh and fruity, very healthy.
I did laugh though, but I think it was Nick Jackson or Matt. Yeah, it was Nick, the one like that actually. Or it was Matt Jackson, the one who super kick was
barefoot. And he hits him with his white shoe.
Yeah, he hit him with the white shoe. Like, oh my god, hilarious.
I think this would be a great. I can't wait to hear Cornette's opinions on it.
Oh, I cannot wait either. I cannot wait to hear his.
It's like he's hitting him with the shoe, with the white shoe.
So
no socks.
So we already know where they're going with this already. I mean, which we'll get into. I'll give my thoughts about that when we get to that segment. So let's move on now. We all predicted this since how many weeks ago? We predicted like 2-3 weeks in a row. We have how is it going to end between Cody and QT Marshall? We said it right on the dot. QT defeated QT Marshall. Good. By the way, it wasn't a bad match. It was okay. I just didn't get the where the fuck did Cody got it? Where did he bleed? I was trying to go back and look into that. I couldn't find where exactly he got hurt. He got cut by his eye, right? That's where he cut by his eye, right?
Yeah.
But overall, we did see Anthony Go coming in with the UK flag, giving him the his punch and covering him up.
We predicted this a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
Do you want to know how well we predicted this? I'm going to toot my own goddamn horn on this. I predicted QT Marshall hitting the crossroads.
Yes, you did.
I predicted QT hitting the crossroads
or the
and
cutter.
Cody using the figure four to win it. I'm pretty sure that second part too.
You did.
But
you
definitely
did.
QT using crossroads.
Yeah.
And this was like a month ago. So yeah.
Definitely. I mean, there's nothing much to talk about here. I mean, honestly, we already knew where this was going with. Now we're gonna see. One thing I would ask: we are gonna see this at Double or Nothing between Cody and Anthony Gogo. I think
build the Gogo up as one mean
that's
machine.
All this is for. I don't know the names of anybody else, but Caesar Bernoni, or I don't know the
Caesar
big guy.
Baloney.
I don't know who else is in the factory.
Nick Colorado and
right. This is the evolution to Randy Orton with Ogogo being the breakout star. This is just hyping him right now. This is just the Anthony Ogogo machine is full force, and he's going to take Cody out.
This is like your Brock Lesnar version, but for AEW, you could say
he's a real shooter.
And he is a real shooter. He is a real boxer. We have mentioned that before. So
everybody's gonna love it.
He's third best. He's only third. He came in third. I don't know how good you can be. if I'm going to be a heel for this podcast now, Anthony Ogogo is only the third best boxer in the world.
If you ain't first, you're last.
I'm going fast, mama.
But yeah, we
The
already
time
know.
I went away to community college and I got asked to do Playgirl magazine. No, I'm not gonna say the rest.
Ronda Rousey only won a bronze, and she didn't go on to become anything after her Olympic career.
So like, yeah, there's nothing much to talk about here. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think
there's not much to touched about. I mean, it was an okay match. It wasn't the best. It wasn't like bad.
This was never about QT, in my opinion. I think this is about hyping Anthony.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like this is more for Anthony Gogo. So we're all looking forward to see, if that's going to happen in Double or Nothing. We won't be surprised if it is. We're already calling it now. Shit. So, all right. Now I want to move on to this this segment here, which is, I don't know where I think we talked about this also last week with the Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, Darby Allin situation. We did see what happened, By the way, I don't know if you guys saw that, but when Ethan was speaking and Darby out of nowhere, I don't know if you guys saw Ethan's Page's head. Oh my God, look nasty. That's like bouncing off the concrete. I'm like, shit. It looked like he took the hit. And I'm like,
maybe, yeah.
He took the hit, but other than that, they threw Darby down the stairs, an actual real stairs. Yeah, I know. I'm exactly with you. I don't like it either. I do not like it. You're putting him at risk. I know you're a daredevil. You're, Jackass 2.0.
Okay, he's Mick Hardy. Is what
Mick Hardy. Good, yeah, good combo. Good combo. That's gonna put that in jeopardy. Jeff Foley. Oh shit. But man, I mean, that's a big, for me, my opinion is a big no-no. I wouldn't have done that to Darby, especially what about he did literally, break an arm, break a bone. And then guess what? Now you're a TNT world champion, needs to vacate that shit. I don't know where they're going with this. I mean, we probably we kind of know, but then again, like, I don't know. Right, honestly, my heart is closing on this one. Honestly, I am. I've been saying it for the past couple weeks already. He needs to lose the damn belt. Lance,
give it 6 more days.
Give it to Archer. Give it to Archer, damn it. Give it to Archer. He needs to have it. Money Mike, talk to me about this one.
I don't need to say a word. Miro already said it. He said everything that needed to be said. Miro is going to win the belt in 6 days or 5, whenever you're watching this, people. It's going to happen. He's our next TNT champion. If he doesn't, then I'll chug an entire wine bottle.
Wait, no, that's a reward.
It's a reward. What do you mean?
That's
I stand by what I said.
I'll say we're I'll interject and say that we are the crystal ball this month. We predicted the Anthony Ogogo and we predicted the Miro. Yeah. Let's see if you got the Firo for the Miro.
Ah, okay. I hear you, hero. I hear you. I don't know. I don't know what else to rhyme with that. But yeah, director, talk to us.
The Darby Allin situation. They're going to keep pushing limits with him. And I know that he thinks he's this edgy stuntman, jackass, fall down on your fucking head for content creator type of guy. But they're going to have to keep upping the ante. I mean, they threw him down a flight of real stairs on a 2-second segment on the middle of the show on TV, which means that whatever he does on the next pay-per-view is going to have to be better than that. And I don't like that direction. I think that there's something to be said for risk and carelessness. Obviously, he knows that he's going to get hurt. I remember when he got put in a body bag and power bombed on cement. I want him to have a long, healthy career, but this doesn't set a precedent for younger fans of his or just wrestling fans in general. It's just dangerous, man. It's just dangerous.
Yeah.
He's losing to Miro. There's no way he gets a clean win over Miro unless there was some fuckery afoot.
There has to be.
I mean, what's going to happen? Trent Seven comes out and does a distraction.
Either that or Kip accidentally caused him to lose the damn championship. And then there you go.
Penelope Ford does some shit
yeah.
I don't want that to happen. I don't want that at all.
Me either. The likeliness of it happening will be, I'll say 35%.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think the real story is going to be Miro gets it, and then Archer goes full face against Miro for the title.
That will be dope.
That's a cool match.
I would love to see that.
That's the angle they're going with, because the Archer Darby thing, like, it's going to be a squash either way. I think with Miro or Archer going after Darby. But a storyline with more weight to it, literally, is going to be Miro heel, Archer face, and two reasonably equal in size, at least compared to Darby, who's smaller than Matt.
Indeed.
So that's in a fantasy booking world. That's the perfect way to go.
Okay.
And it completely it takes best friends out of the equation, takes Kip Sabian out of the equation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm with you on that. I'm with you. All right. Then now let's move on to this segment that we wanted to touch on. So obviously we did see Tony Schiavone coming out with Omega, telling him, okay, this is what's gonna happen. So your number one and your number two. Well, yeah, that's what he said. Number one, number two, or number one, number two. Pac and Orange Cassidy will fight, and the winner of that will face Kenny Omega at Double or Nothing. We see Kenny, saying, "Oh no, but I just, just announce it's gonna be me versus Pac. Who's the other guy? Who's he talking about? Who?" And here we go, Orange Cassidy coming up. There you go, coming, wearing sunglasses, and Kenny. What a promo that Kenny just gave on Orange. The sunglasses thing, that was my idea. I was the first one doing it. Now you're taking my gimmick. And then taking it away, giving it to Nakazawa, and we just see that smirk on Orange Cassidy's face. I mean, by the looks of it, we might see Orange Cassidy, Kenny Omega at Double or Nothing. I mean, I'm not. I hope for Pac, but I don't think they're gonna go with that direction. They're gonna go with Orange Cassidy. That's something new and something fresh. No pun intended with the freshly squeezed, but that's something that is fresh. So, Mr. Callis, give us your thoughts about that segment. Your client, if I may face this individual.
Here's the biggest thing. Like, I've said this for weeks in advance, because Pac and Kenny, they already had the Iron Man match, their rivalry, like title or no title. The rivalry, I'd say, we already got the best of the two of them. They could still have more in the future, but...
Well, they have 1-1.
Yeah.
So there's still a trilogy coming for them.
Yeah. But this, like I said before, I've said this so many weeks, Orange Cassidy is our American Tetsuya Naito.
Yes.
Kenny Omega versus Tetsuya Naito. That's a 6-fist match, 6 fists to the face of Brian. That's a 6-star match, basically.
Right.
Like Naito and Kenny. Everybody loved that match, and I think this could even, I'll set a high standard. I think this could surpass that. Orange Cassidy's a talented guy, and he's learned, like, here in the American indie scene, you have the ability to learn so many different styles from so many different people. And Orange Cassidy he's like around 36, 37. He has plenty of experience. He's been doing his thing for so long. Let's see the magic. We've only seen like a small fraction of his abilities. Let's see Kenny bring out the best in him and him bring out the best in Kenny. Just like how Naito and Kenny brought out the best in each other in the G1 climax.
Definitely 100%. All right, director, your thoughts?
Yeah, what you said about Naito, the comparison is, I think the original career, I don't even think it was a storyline, I think it was the actual career of Naito, was that he was like a perpetual underdog who was like constantly cast as a jobber who got his ass beat until like he finally like earned actual respect in the business. Is this correct? Like his career was actually not going great for like 10 years, and then he finally got accepted by like in real life by the community. Is that correct, Matt?
He was accepted, and once he went to CMML. When he went to CMML, that's when his whole analogy of wrestling was very different, and then being surrounded by lucha libre stars like Rouge.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is he had a hard time breaking through for a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody applauded him in Osaka. Like
Nobody
everybody.
did.
Yeah, he walked out to silence and he said he's the Shuyaku, meaning I'm the top star. I am the Shuyaku Naito.
Yeah.
But people already loved Orange Cassidy from the get-go. It's just
the
like
fans did, but the treatment of the Orange Cassidy character itself is other wrestlers are treating him that way. They don't respect him.
He's still got to prove himself.
Ivan, you said that. Sorry, is it my turn to speak? Actually, John.
Yeah, no, yes,
No,
to
Yeah,
you.
my bad. I was like, am I interrupting Matt? I don't want to interrupt Matt. I really don't want to do that.
I'm
I
actually
didn't do that.
finished. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You said that Pac and Orange Cassidy are 1-1. Is this correct?
No, I'm sorry. I said Pac and Kenny Omega
Kenny,
one
okay.
and one.
So Pac definitely has at least one win, and I think no losses to Orange Cassidy.
Right.
That was Cassidy's first match, I think, in AEW. His first like official TV match was where, you know, people were like, oh, Pac's going to destroy him. And he started off doing the orange thing very slow, didn't really respond to anything. And all of a sudden there's a spot fest where Orange just blows up and surprises all the fans.
Yeah.
Pac still gets the win.
Yeah.
Cut to like a year and a half later. I think Orange takes this somehow.
Yeah. Well, wasn't it a Revolution, right? It was the first time they met? I think it was,
Yeah.
right? Revolution? Okay, yeah.
I got a great feeling that Orange does take this win and then goes on to lose in what could be match of the year to Omega.
I love that.
I think that is very reasonable. I know Orange has it in him. If you actually watch him wrestle, aside from the character, can wrestle. And if you, man, in that promo, when this is, I don't know why this is weird to me, but when Omega grabbed the glasses off of Orange's head, Kenny's hand in just size alone is like 4 times bigger than Orange. Yeah. And Kenny traditionally isn't that big of a guy, which means Orange has to be pretty small himself. And I think that dynamic is going to play itself very well in the match. There's going to be a lot of crazy high-flying bumps, a lot of just flippity-dippity getting dropped on your head by either one of them. And I think it's really a candidate for match of the year.
Definitely.
And
I love that.
Pac wins and faces Kenny, that is definitely just as much candidate for match of the year. But the Orange storyline coming from the Indies, coming from the cake match versus Ray Rosas, was it? At Bar Wrestling?
Yes.
Yeah,
Bar Wrestling, Ray Rosas.
coming from that to fighting Kenny Omega in a pay-per-view main event for a world title. Holy fucking shit! In the words of
and you know what? I'll say this
NJPW.
too. I'll say this too. Let's not count out Ray Rosas. We could see him sooner or later.
I just saw him last Friday at NPW,
Mhm.
going for that NPW heavyweight title. He didn't win, but we'll see what happens.
Definitely.
Always never underestimate anybody nowadays. Everybody could climb up with the power of AEW.
Definitely. All right, Money Mike, floor is yours.
So I kind of forgot what I was going to say. I was so interested in what you guys were saying, but I do believe, and this is still rumor and innuendo, folks, that Double or Nothing is going to be the first AEW event with a full crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Ever.
It's Tony Khan to say 5,000 people.
Well, there you go. Well, it's going to have a good amount of people, right? So in that, it reminds me of the Revolution match, Orange Cassidy and Pac. How the crowd kind of really gave that boost of energy to the match, right? Orange Cassidy plays off so well from the crowd that to me, that's one of my favorite AEW matches that have ever been. And there's quite a few now. So in that, I do feel that at Double or Nothing, it will be Orange Cassidy versus Kenny Omega. And like Chris said, match of the year candidate for sure, up there. Definitely. Because I feel that the crowd is going to make or help make it that. The atmosphere is asking for something like that, for this type of match. And I do feel Orange Cassidy's style and character lends itself well to these kinds of heels that are underestimating him, think he's a joke, and it's like peanut butter and jelly. It's gonna go so well. I look forward to it.
Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Hey,
Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Yeah. With Floyd.
I'm definitely fully everything what you guys said as well, and I agree 100% that with adding Orange to the match itself, just the whole psychology itself of how the match will be a very underdog story that it will just the crowd will be like it will just go crazy. if we could just expect seeing that to be possibly to be highlighted at match of the year is a highly possibility. That's a fact. Because we are going to see that. I mean, this is like this is like another David Goliath story that definitely will be foretold. And just the match itself. And I know Uncle, I'm not going to say last name, but he's definitely going to be like praising him more than we are, but he's going to be fucking knocking it off the park here. So yeah, I definitely do see that. I want to mention as well, because I was holding it off earlier. Now that we know that it is not Moxley or Kingston that are going to be competing against Omega, this looks like it might be them two competing against the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing.
Let's bring up why about the Moxley thing. I'm excited about this, and this is Matt's territory. We got Moxley defending the IWGP United States title against
Eugene
Nagata, who, holy shit, Eugene Nagata still doing the damn thing.
Yes.
I remember
51 years old.
Eugene Nagata was in the very first NWO versus WCW World Tour N64 video game, and that shit came out like 97.
Yeah.
And I remembered because I loved using the Nagata lock finisher in that game. Huge WCW Japanese staple. This dude, how old is he, Matt? 46?
51.
51, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
For the filthy casuals out there that don't know Yuji Nagata, you can put him in the grades alongside American wrestlers like Kurt Angle or
He wrestled Kurt Angle.
Exactly. He is that tier level good. He is as great as anyone you've heard of. This match is going to be crazy. And is this happening in Dynamite, or is this happening
It's happening on Dynamite
next week?
That is wild. That is more impressive, I think, than booking Kenny over in Impact. This is such a great match for the hardcore fans.
It's a gift for all of us.
Yeah. So I don't know if we were going to cover that, but I'm glad that we did, because I am excited for that match. That is a spicy curry match if I ever heard of one.
He's a former Pro Wrestling Noah champion, former IWGP. He's a former IWGP heavyweight champion, former never open weight champion. Nobody sleep on Yuji Nagata.
Yeah,
you know, classy, and he kicks hard too.
He's a shoot wrestler for sure.
Yeah.
He's done some MMA also. They even put him like during the Inoki years. Inoki was really like putting him through some punches to the face and all kinds of hard shit.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you guys see? I know that I'm, changing off topic of that, but what I wanted to, touch bases on the Young Bucks. Where are you going to see are we going to see Young Bucks, Moxley Kingston at Double or Nothing, or are we going to see the Good Brothers versus Moxley Kingston at
They
Double
look
or
like
Nothing?
they're setting up for that.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. Why do you have two tag teams that are in the same? I don't know the end game for this.
Yeah, good brothers have no reason to turn on them right now.
Yeah,
So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They already teased that angle, and then the Young Bucks obviously came back around to the power of the Callous.
Yeah.
They probably got to have something. They need Moxley and Kingston to do something in the meantime,
Right.
Because they're top guys, and
I want to see Moxley get a singles win. Jesus Christ, the guy is just the beating machine right now. He just takes.
Then you missed on Elevation. That was a funny match.
Did he get a singles win?
He got a squash match, but it was funny though.
All right, I'll have to watch.
It was funny. He was doing like an angel, like right there by the apron, and just like killing time. Oh, but you got to see it. It's just hilarious.
I will watch that. I watch it.
But yes, I am looking forward to that, and I'm hoping that Yuji Nagata and Moxley have a clean one-on-one match. I don't want no fucking interference, man. I'm tired of that shit. No fucking interference, please. No interference.
unless it's Bullet Club.
Most likely, shit. I don't want to.
Japan Bullet Club.
I hope so.
Tamatonga.
Oh my God,
that's what I want.
Let's just hope for that, right? All right, and then we predicted this last week. I believe, Chris, you said it yourself, that it's like, why book SCU to have this fatal four-way to get a title shot for next week's Dynamite on May 12th against the Young Bucks, because they were already the number one ranking in the tag team division itself. So honestly, there's not really much talking about in this match. I mean, this match was okay, but we already knew that SCU was going to win.
They weren't going to break up with that catalyst.
Yeah,
lying in wait for them, that if they do lose a match, they're going to break up. I mean, they haven't explained the Scorpion Sky thing about him leaving. They have not, I think, directly addressed that yet.
They haven't. They have not.
Which is its own weird. There's some weird. I didn't like the Scorpio Sky promo. I got some nitpicking about that I don't even need to get into. But Yeah. How cool would that be if they? How cool would that be if they won? Weren't they the first tag champions?
It was Kazarian and Scorpio, the first ones.
Well, yeah, but Freebird rule.
Actually, they didn't even play the Freebird rule with them.
Really? So Daniels never got to defend the title? Okay.
No, he never
Okay,
did.
I thought the Freebird rule applied to that.
I thought so too, but Matt and I we kind of discussed about that, and we figured out it wasn't.
All right.
They never did it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, now that it seems like it's a definite two-man tag team, that would be an hilarious upset. But I don't know where the storyline is supposed to go with them in Bullet Club, or where it needs to go. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no predictions for that. Because if they win it, then what? But then if they lose, do they break up?
Yeah, they break up. It's over.
And then what? You got two singles wrestlers who are just good signed? I don't know.
Yeah, two singles. You'll see them on Dark, Elevation, sometimes on Dynamite. That's all you're gonna see.
Oh, Universal Studios is reopening. And so little inside baseball here. Christopher Daniels plays the bad guy in the Waterworld live action stunt show.
Mm-hmm.
He might be returning to that gig, which might pay a little bit more. I don't know.
I don't think he'll go. I don't think he'll come back
locker
for
room
that.
trainer too.
Say again?
He's also like one of like the locker room leaders, and he's kind of like one of the mentors and trainers.
I'm just running a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Handing him everything right
I mean, he's talent relations. Hey, he's Johnny Ace, but he's your Christopher Daniels.
Yeah, I've seen Daniels backstage. I kind of like him. I like his mentor dad energy. Like I like that. Like I'd love to have a mentor like Chris Daniels. You know.
Oh man,
I would come to one of his lectures. I'd love to listen to him.
Definitely. All right. Yeah, there's nothing much to talk about here, right, gentlemen? You guys want to?
That is correct. Yeah, we're done.
All right, now
Blood and Guts.
Now it's gonna go to the main event of the evening, Blood and Guts.
Blood and Guts.
By God,
Sangre y Tripas.
Sí, Sangre y Tripas. You got it right.
On Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. That is right. I want to go ahead and get my digression right out of the way. I wanted to say I love that old school night, back old War Games classic cage. It didn't go like how NXT does their variation of the cage. I wanted to let that out. I liked it. I was more iffy about it, but then, okay, you brought that old school style. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. The whole match itself. Just wanted to say, look at the group attire. Like a fucking chess game. Obviously you got the whites, and then you have, the other color. You see how they were all dressed the attire?
White and black. Yeah.
They have that. It was like a chess game, like a whole chess game. I like that. What a great concept for that, because it's like a chess is like you putting in a war,
and also blood shows up on white clothing.
Let's see. Match overall was great. People were giving shit about the ending of it, about the Jericho being thrown off.
Somebody got blocked from the live. The Tony Schiavone had a live chat after the fact, and the guy, I gotta find the quote. It was pretty funny. Like, Tony Schiavone just went off on him.
Yeah, he's like, you. I think he said you full of shit. I don't know. He said something full of shit. Oh no, you piece of shit. He's like,
he's been calling a lot of people piece of shit lately.
Mm-hmm.
Where did I see that at? That side note wrestling put that up.
He put that. Oh my God! I hope Jericho's okay landing on that steel cardboard.
The steel plated particle.
The steel plated cardboard.
Yeah. And then he's like, you've been blocked, you piece of shit.
Yeah. But overall, it was a good match. I don't know where they're going now. What's next for the Inner Circle?
Is it over?
That's what we all want to know. So that's the biggest.
It didn't have over vibes.
Yeah, it didn't, right?
It had Pinnacle 1,
and then
Pinnacle 1 win didn't feel. It was a legit win according to the rules. It just didn't feel like a definitive victory. It was clever, and I knew that that was going to happen. He was still going to throw Jericho off the top no matter what happened. Classic MJF. I mean. Yeah, how do you end this feud? It's got to keep going, I guess. There's got to be something. Jericho and MJF in a cage. That's how it ends. That's it. 1-on-1. There's got to be a stipulation to the cage. That's not just a cage match. where Pinnacle and Inner Circle can't get in. I don't know. Maybe just like a hardcore match in a cage or some shit, but it has to.
I think I have an idea. No matter what kind of match it is, it has to be a hospitalization angle for one or the other. And seeing as MJF's the new spring chicken, you know, he could do hospitalization for Chris. Chris could be off TV for a few months, and he could go back on tour with Fozzy while he's doing that. You know, because that's always the kind of like the out to that. But Ivan, can I go review?
Go for it. Yeah. Go for it.
So I think one of the most interesting weapons I saw in this match is what Sean Spears did with the turnbuckle. He turned it into. You could turn a turnbuckle into a shank. The fact that you could do that, like unscrew it. So if you see right behind me, there's the turnbuckle. Thank God we have a ring in the background. You unscrew it from the side that's attached to the post. You take the hooks and you stab somebody with it. I've never seen it used like that in a match. I don't know. I haven't seen a wrestling match where they use the turnbuckle as like a shank before. Right. And they used it on like 3 of them. Jeez. Other than like
that part that Sammy almost ran into that turnbuckle was on the floor, like his head almost hit it. He was this close. He's lucky he didn't touch it. I think he would have been knocked out.
And also the fork. And
I love
licking it.
I love it.
He's stabbing him with a fork and licking it.
Yeah, that didn't seem very COVID safe.
Nope.
We already know. Yeah, that was like against CDC guidelines, right?
Oh, this whole match is against CDC.
Oh,
there you go. It's like what better way to transfer than blood and sweat, you know, right, going on to another person's body. But I must say that the end of the match, okay, one of the things I would have been upset with is if Jericho gave in and said, you know, if he tapped to the Salt of the Earth armbar, then I'd be really upset. And, you know, even though I could kind of see the heels winning as it would make sense, you know, the newer guys got to put them over. But the way they did this is almost a reference to how MJF kind of was responsible for somebody else's loss. The fact that Sammy Guevara is the one who said I surrender. This is MJF is the one who threw in the towel for Cody when Cody was facing Jericho.
Are we running it back to where I think Sammy and MJF are still in cahoots?
It could be, but I gotta say, no matter what happens, Chris, whether in the cahoots or not, I think this is a chance for the reason why they have to do this, the ending this way, is just so Sammy could go off on his own, whether as a heel, a face.
Yeah. Sammy would be a fucking superstar face.
Yeah.
Mega ultra star face. As long as he keeps his ass off Twitter and Sasha Banks, he'll be fine.
So heel, face, rogue, tweener, whatever, just on his own, again, by himself in matches. You know, because he was doing it himself before, and he has a lot of star power in his future. So this is a this ending. I know the Inner Circle is going to blame this on him. I guarantee you, this coming Dynamite, it's going to be like, it was your fault. We were going to keep fighting. You know, Jericho's like, even if I fell off the cage, I wouldn't have surrendered. You know, Jericho might say back, you know, because they could have still kept going. They still had the advantage, because the idea was, I think this is gonna, like, we were winning. We were making them bleed. We were beating them down, and you could see there was blood all over their outfits. The pinnacle was up on the wall. Pinnacle. Yeah, the Pinnacle. All of them were bleeding. You know, all of them were on the ground. But the blame's gonna go to Sammy, I think, and they're gonna be like, "How could you do this? We could have won." You know, it's gonna come to that next week. I guarantee you.
Money, Mike.
Yeah, so man, a lot to talk about here. Okay, I'll start with this. I heard, and I'm no TV ratings expert or anything like that, but I heard that Dynamite this week was the #1 show in cable. A lot of people, and honestly, on my friends list, people that have never mentioned or maybe even seen AEW were posting about it. And it kind of just goes to show that just the sight of the blood and guts structure and everything that was going on in there was very eye-catching. It drew ratings. Okay. However, the ending, it's very tough to have an ending to something like this. I did not particularly like the cardboard metal or whatever. And yes, I get it. It's to keep your talent safe. Jericho is a huge asset for the company. You got to keep them safe. I honestly think they should have had some, probably like Santana or Ortiz, be in that position. I think either one of them could have been in that position. That that would have given it more of a this is continuing sort of feel, more so than what it is now. It's kind of confusing right now. There's that question: is it ending? Is it continuing? But there is a pay-per-view coming up, Double or Nothing. I do believe that MJF and Jericho will be one of the matches on that pay-per-view. People are going to want to see that, especially after this. I know I will. I'm going to want to see, what happens between them two, between the leaders, right? Yeah, so there's that. And what a match itself. I haven't seen a lot of the War Games matches, so I'm not too familiar with it. I've seen probably like 2 before this. And man, what a potentially dangerous match. You had Sammy botching, and that botch that he was going from one rope to the other and then he fell. Man, to me, I almost didn't see it as a botch. I saw it as, how tough this match is, how tough it could be on the body, right? So I saw it more in kayfabe, more so than an actual botch. Although I'm sure Botchamania is going to have fun with that. But,
Trying to get them on the show. I haven't hit them up yet, but I think your name's Ryan, who runs WrestleBotch. Let's get you on, brother.
Come on.
Yes.
Bring it. Just bring it.
Well, sidebar, I've actually wanted to read a passage from a book and then edit it so it includes footage from the match, kind of how they do it on their show. So I think that would be something cool to do. Anywho, Blood and Guts lived up to the name. The match, the ending, I feel like they could have gone in a different direction, but it did what it needed to do. It got people watching, and more eyes are on AEW right now.
Director, do you agree with that?
As far as, did it cultivate new fans?
And were you about the ending? Are you happy with that ending?
I understand the stuntman aspect of the game. I don't know if maybe there's better ways to hide the illusion. There probably are. I mean, obviously, we don't want people McFoleying all the time. I'm already upset that Darby's taking bumps that are absolutely unnecessary.
Agreed.
And obviously, Chris Jericho was 50 years old, coming 30 feet down onto, very well-protected stuntman setup padding. I'm not, I don't know the structural integrity of having to set something up like that makes it look more real. So I'm sure they're doing the best they can with the best people that can build something that's safe. So the suspension of disbelief has to exist. We know it's fake. And how much more fake can they hide the fakeness? I don't know. As far as the ending goes, I think Jericho being up there, that was the martyrdom. I think it had to be Jericho. So we all had that emotional connection to them stopping the match and saying, okay, I understand why they forfeited the match. If it was anyone else, I would have been like, why did they stop the match? It was just Sammy or just whoever was up there. But with Jericho, you're like, oh, I get it. He's, the leader. So, okay, I get that.
I disagree.
I know you do.
Okay.
Didn't I say at the beginning of this, we never disagree? Let's do it.
Here we go. Now, it really comes down to the story of 2 leaders here. MJF, Jericho. If you have one of your soldiers in trouble to the point where he's in severe danger and you have to make a decision as a leader, what are you going to do? Are you going to blindly risk your soldiers' soldiers' well-being just to prove a point, or are you going to make the right call and you know what? Okay, we'll fight another day, but my guy is safe. I feel like that could have been a story in and of itself. The leadership of Jericho will be coming to or challenged or coming to question as far as, you know, are you doing this for us, or are you just doing this for yourself? Are you doing it for the inner circle, or is this a personal vendetta you have with MJF? So the choice of, do you rescue your guy or do you put him at risk just to win? I think that could have been a good narrative. And also, as far as the look of Jericho's fall, I do think and I remember watching it again. They should have used a wider angle. They should have, you know, he kind of like what they did with Shane McMahon.
I was about to say they do that with Shane. They do hard, wide shots. Yes.
Right. So that it helps maintain the illusion of, oh wow, he fell from, you know, so far, and it's hard to tell what he lands on because, you know, it's far away. But no, they went the opposite direction. They closed in on the fall, and then you could see the cardboard and all that stuff. So they should have used a wider angle, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the meaningful shot they were going for was Jericho's face all fucked up. They could have pulled him off of that and then done the shot of him not on the, you know, particle board, stainless steel cardboard.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. If they did that and never had taken any close-ups on the padding, that would have been, like you said, the right call.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I think it was a lot like when Gronk did a big bump like that off of the stage at some event, Royal Rumble, or something like that, whatever that was.
WrestleMania.
Was that last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he did a bump very similar to that. That was a very safe padding, but I think they did a wide shot. You're like, oh shit. So yeah, that might just be a technical aspect of directing, which they can probably, hopefully after this, learn from. I guess if they are as offended by it as I guess the Trills were. You know, I don't care that much because I don't want Jericho to get hurt. But I mean, there could be something better in the editing for sure.
They could have done, yeah. I agree with both. It's not only that, but when you how the camera focused on Jericho and you see like open his eyes and, you know, like it was just too much. Like you gave it away. Like you pretty much.
You can see the foam pad. You can see the bent steel, like it was just moving boxes.
Yeah.
You
can tell.
I'm not disagreeing that that's the way to do it correctly, but again, it's just an editing.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. The way how I feel what they're going with this with this, because remind you as well, now that everything is opening as we speak, Jericho, you know, he wants to get back in the studio, wants to be back with Fozzy. Maybe this could be another thing for his exit. In the meantime, let Sammy go ahead and take over. Let him be, you know, the second in command. And lead the inner circle to continue the war. That could be maybe one way they could, you know, they're going with, because remind you that Jericho wants to get back in the studio. He mentioned it before in previous, you know, interviews. And since everything's opening up, he wants to do a mini tour with Fozzy because they haven't done anything since last year over that because of the whole pandemic. So they weren't able to do anything at all or get into the studio. But now that he has an opportunity now, especially in Florida and Dallas, that is, you know, mainly open, that's maybe this is his exit out in the meantime, and then we can maybe see Jericho come back, saving, you know, inner circle from getting their ass whooped, probably from the Pinnacle. He'll be the one coming back, and then they, you know, like the hero story, you know, him like the last Avenger coming back and boom, and just destroying, you know, just your enemies. That's the way how I see they may go with this way, but we don't know. I'm with you, Mike. I would like to see Jericho and MJF. Maybe that could be the ending one, just to end it, and then we'll see Sammy take over from there and go and does what he has to do. Maybe and then later on we'll see Jericho back on the other upcoming pay-per-view. Maybe so. You know, you never know, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Definitely, you don't know. But yes, ladies and gentlemen. One part two we'll discuss more New Japan, but before we we'll let you guys go and hear part one. Just watch little clips, and we got a little thank yous from all of our League of Extraordinary podcasts
and also from other, from other podcasters as well, giving us, their thank yous. So don't go anywhere. Enjoy this mini thank yous, and also be watching as well as how it all started with the captain. We'll be seeing that, and we might get a shout out from the captain. So maybe keep an eye on that too. You never know. So don't go anywhere. Part 2 will start right after this. We'll jump at part 2. We'll discuss New Japan news, pro wrestling news, which is, I think we'll go that first before New Japan, because before we let go of the director, because he has to go to work. But I want to get his thoughts about these two, news that I want to hear his 2 cents. So don't go anywhere. Part 2 will start right after this.
Hello, it's your boy, Nando O'Brien.
And your boy L Truth raised the roof.
And we just want to wish a happy 1-year anniversary to our boys at Circle of Debate. Congrats again.
What's going on, everyone? It's Nick here from the Ring Fanatics podcast. I just want to give a shout out to the guys over at the Circle of Debate podcast. Your 1-year anniversary is coming up, and I just want to give you guys a shout out on that. You guys have been doing great in putting out the best wrestling content out there over the course of this 1 year, and I couldn't be any more proud of the success you guys have been doing so far. You've inspired a whole bunch of people, such as the League of Extraordinary Podcasters, and I'm glad to call you guys friends of ours here at this podcast. So keep putting out the best work. You guys went 1 year strong, putting out the best wrestling content out there. So I know you guys will do great in the future for the years to come. I'm proud of you guys. So keep on going, keep going strong. 1 year down, many, many more years to go. So congratulations, guys, again on the 1 year.
What's going on? It's your boy Leo Decoy. Congratulations, 1 fucking year. Circle of Debate. Congratulations. Are we supposed to cuss? You can believe me. Oh, I love it.
Well, as I like to always say at the start of our show, we are live, pals. This is Tyler speaking on behalf of Mike for the Count It Out podcast. We just wanted to reach out and congratulate you guys on an amazing first year, 1 year anniversary show coming up. We just celebrated ours as well, so I know the pride and the happiness and the excitement that you guys are feeling. Huge congratulations to surviving this year. Mike and myself are so honored to be associated with you guys in the League of Extraordinary Podcasters. You guys have really done amazing work over the last year. I know on a personal level, the support that you have given our show, the Count It Out with Mike and Tyler podcast, it really means a lot to me and to Mike as well. You guys have been huge supporters of us, and we are huge supporters of you guys. Huge congratulations on the 1 year. Looking forward to doing some work with you guys in the next year. We do a countdown, you do a countdown. It's a match made in heaven. Can't wait to do some collaborating. Can't wait to get the whole league back together for another fun thing so I can defend that trivia crown, have some fun with you guys, man. Just keep on going, boys. Keep on pushing. The sky's the limit for all of us here. Again, huge congratulations. Happy birthday to you. And on behalf of Mike, I'm Tyler. You guys have been counted out on your anniversary. Cheers.